Hello and welcome. Are you ready for an amazing story? Today, we will talk about a man who faced very big problems, but he never, ever gave up. His name is Barack Obama. He went from a boy with a hard life to the 44th President of the United States. His story shows us something important. With hard work and belief in yourself, you can do anything. This story will take you on a journey. We will talk about his early years, his struggles, his big dreams, and the people who helped him. It is a story about fighting through problems and building a better future. As you listen, you will not only practice your English, but also learn some very important life lessons. Are you ready? Let's begin. Chapter 1. A Boy from Two Worlds. Let's go back to the year 1961. A baby boy was born. His name was Barack Hussein Obama. He was born in a beautiful place called Hawaii, in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. But his story is not just about Hawaii. It's a story that starts in two very different places. His father, Barack Obama Sr., came from a country in East Africa called Kenya. His mother, Stanley and Dunham, was from a state in America called Kansas. They met when his father was studying in Hawaii. But sadly, soon after Barack was born, his parents separated and his father went back to Kenya. From the very beginning, Barack's life was not easy. His father was far away, and his mother worked very hard to raise him. But even with these challenges, Barack was a boy full of hope and big dreams. He always wanted a better life. When Barack was a little boy, his father sent him letters from Kenya. Barack didn't understand everything in the letters, but he kept them. They were a sign of his father's love, even from far away. Barack knew his father was an important person, even if he couldn't be with him. But Barack was not alone. His mother, was a very strong and smart woman. She worked hard to give Barack everything he needed. She was not just his mom. She was his teacher and his biggest fan. She taught him to be curious, to ask questions, and to believe that he could do anything he wanted. She taught him that hard work and learning were the keys to success. He also learned a lot from his grandparents. His grandfather was a tough man who worked hard and never gave up. His grandmother was a kind woman who always took care of everyone. They helped raise Barack and made him feel safe and loved. He learned that family is not just about who you are related to. It's about the people who love you and help you follow your dreams. Chapter 2. Finding Who He Was. Barack Obama's story is also about race and identity. As a young boy, he felt a little different. His father was from Africa, and his mother was American. He was in the middle of two very different cultures. In his school, he was often the only black student. This made him feel like an outsider. People would ask him, "Where are you from?" This was a hard question for him. He didn't feel fully part of the black community because he didn't grow up in Africa. And he didn't feel fully part of the white community because of his African roots. For a long time, Barack struggled with this. He didn't know where he belonged. But instead of letting this hurt him, he decided to see it as a strength. He understood that his special background could help him bring people together, no matter their race. He learned that the world needs people who can build bridges between different cultures. This lesson would guide him for the rest of his life. Chapter 3. The Power of Education. Barack Obama always had big dreams. As a boy, he wasn't sure how to make them real, but he knew one thing. Education was the key. He worked very hard in school and was a great student. But things were still not always easy. He faced problems because of his race and because his family did not have a lot of money. But Barack was strong. He did not let these challenges stop him. After high school, Barack moved to California for college. It was a big step, leaving his family and home in Hawaii. But he was ready for a new chapter. He wanted to see the world and learn new things. Later, he wanted a bigger challenge, so he went to Columbia University in New York City, one of the best universities in the USA. New York was a fast, busy city, and Barack had to get used to it. But he was determined to succeed. At Columbia, he studied political science and became very interested in problems in society, like poverty and racial inequality. He saw that many people were struggling, and he wanted to help them. He learned that school was not just about getting a degree. It was about using knowledge to help people. Chapter 4: Helping People in Chicago. After finishing his studies, Barack moved to Chicago. He went to work in Chicago. His job was to help people in poor neighborhoods. This was not an easy job. He had to talk to people, listen to their problems, and find ways to make things better. Some people did not believe in him at first, but Barack knew that he had to stay strong. He believed that when people work together, they can make big changes. He worked for many hours to help people fight for better houses, better schools, and better jobs. This time in Chicago taught him very important lessons about the power of community and the strength of belief. Chapter 5: A New Path: Politics. Barack knew that to make an even bigger change, he needed to do something more. He needed to enter politics. This was a big decision. He knew it would be a hard road. He was young, he was black, and he didn't have experience in politics. But he had something special. He understood the problems of everyday people. In 1996, Barack ran for the Illinois State Senate. It was his first step into politics. He faced strong opponents, but Barack had a powerful vision. He believed he could create a government that worked for everyone. He talked to people directly. He walked from door to door and visited them in their homes. He listened to their problems. Against all the odds, Barack won the election. He became a state senator. This was just the beginning. Chapter 6: The Speech That Changed Everything. Barack was successful as a state senator, but he felt he could do more. In 2004, he decided to run for the U.S. Senate. Before the election, he was invited to give a very important speech. This speech would change his life forever. At the time, not many people knew who Barack Obama was. But when he stood on the stage, something amazing happened. He spoke not just to the people in the room, but to millions watching at home. His speech was full of hope and unity. He said, "There's not a liberal America and a conservative America. There's the United States of America." These words touched the hearts of many people. He talked about bringing the country together. The speech made him famous. It showed everyone that he was a leader who could inspire change. Soon after, Barack won the election for the U.S. Senate. Now he was in Washington, D.C., ready to make an even bigger difference. Chapter 7: The Dream of the Presidency. As a senator, Barack became more and more popular. People started to believe that he could be the next president. In 2007, he announced he was running for president. It was not an easy campaign. He ran against Hillary Clinton, a very well-known politician. Some people doubted him. They said he was too young or too inexperienced. Some people didn't think America was ready for a black president. But Barack had something no one else had: a belief that change was possible. His message was simple: hope and change. He traveled across the country, meeting people and listening to their stories. People were tired of the same old politics. They wanted change, and they believed Barack was the man to lead them. On November 4th, 2008, Barack Obama made history. He won the presidential election and became the first black president of the United States. It was a moment many people thought they would never see. It was a victory for everyone who believed in a better, more equal America. Chapter 8: Leading the Country. When Barack Obama became president, he faced huge challenges. The country was in a big financial crisis. Many people had no jobs. Wars were going on in other countries. The expectations were enormous, but Barack was ready to lead. He worked hard to fix the economy and create jobs. One of his biggest achievements was the Affordable Care Act, also known as Obamacare. This law helped millions of Americans get health insurance, even if they didn't have a lot of money. It was a difficult fight, but he believed that health care was a right for everyone. He also worked to end wars and build better relationships with other countries. Being president was not easy. Some people disagreed with his choices, but he always tried to stay calm and focused on what was best for the people. Chapter 9: The Legacy of Hope. After his presidency, Barack Obama's work was not over. He started the Obama Foundation to help young leaders around the world. He wanted to inspire the next generation to make a difference. He also wrote a book to share his story and the lessons he learned. Barack Obama's life is a testament to the power of resilience, hope, and believing in a better future. He showed us that no matter what obstacles we face, we can overcome them with hard work and a belief in justice. His story teaches us that leadership is not about power. It's about serving people and fighting for what is right. Your turn to dream. So, what can we learn from Barack Obama? We learn that your background does not define your future. We learn that education is a powerful tool. We learn that it's okay to be different, and that our differences can make us stronger. Most importantly, we learn that we should never, ever give up on our dreams. Barack Obama's story is not just his story. It's a story for anyone who has ever faced a challenge. It's a story for you. Now it's your turn. The world needs your voice, your ideas, and your passion. No dream is too big, and no challenge is too great. Believe in yourself, just like Barack Obama did. Work hard, stay hopeful, and never stop trying to make the world a better place. Your journey is just beginning, and the world is waiting for you.